mid-October, and yeah, lots of things are happening. Grant's phone is ringing.
Hold on, it's probably Shawnee.
Oh, it is Shawnee. We've been working, mainly Grant actually, so I've kind of transitioned over from full-time work to now part-time work. We're doing some homeschooling, we're doing lots of stuff with the kids, and Grant has been going gun-ho outside. It's been amazing.
Yeah,
He's been
really good.
Working in the chicken coop, in the polytunnels, planting out seedlings. We've been making new beds. It's all happening.
Slowly but surely we're getting there and it's all coming together. Let's go have a look.
Let's get into it. It's quite warm in here. How warm is it, babe?
It is currently 25 degrees.
Woo! I'm wearing way too many layers. The beauty of polytunnels.
So in this bed here, we've been harvesting this all winter. It's worked out really well, but we've run out of lettuce now. We ate it all. The spinach is still going really well though, so yeah, we just keep harvesting it, eating it, and we eat a lot of it, so it probably doesn't get a chance to really bolt too much. We put some new plants down here, but it hasn't quite worked out. We put some broccoli in here, hoping that we might be able to get like a broccoli crop before we sort of hit summer type thing. But unfortunately, they're over here, they've all bolted to seed. So it's a little bit of a learning curve for the broccoli. Some of our lettuce, these are our lettuce seedlings.
Yeah, the lettuce look amazing.
Lettuce. I think this one is another lettuce, a tomato. Our tomatoes are all shooting up now.
So
honestly,
good.
Yeah.
So good.
Yeah. And our sunflowers are still doing well. We've got to get ready to transplant them out now before it gets too warm, because it's already starting to get warm in here. Oh, there's some kale growing down here. Volunteer parsley's popped up. And oh, this one's rainbow chard, which is the same what we have growing over there. Still learning some of the little things about Tassie's climate and stuff. So yeah, for the most part it's gone pretty good. We've got so many tomatoes, it's ridiculous. Look at them all.
One of the things that I really loved about it is that Grant and I really enjoy greens, and that's something that we've been able to do really well this season, so that's been awesome. I think we've spoken about how last year was our first, we've just come past our first full 12 months in Tassie, so
Get a bit warm.
taking it off. So our first growing season we were still really learning, and also we were getting used to like living here.
Yeah.
This season has been awesome, and we've been able to have greens almost every night from the garden, and now it's kind of starting to change and evolve a little bit coming into spring. And we've also moved quite a few seedlings. We've planted them out down in our kitchen garden, which has been looking amazing. It's the beautiful thing about gardening though, it's trial and error, and it's all learning, which is really cool. So
you can see the rocket here is going to seed as well.
Yeah, it's a beautiful flower.
You can still harvest. We still harvest some of these, which are a little bit spicy, but we still harvest some of them. And we're letting it go to seed because it attracts like hoverflies and bees and beneficial insects to come in the polytunnel and take care of any pests. Not that we really have any pests in here besides slug here and there.
Alright, we might go down to the kitchen garden now and show you what's been going on down there. It's amazing. It's super cool. Everything is coming alive. I think in the last maybe, I don't know, what do you reckon, babe? When did it start? Maybe three weeks ago, everything in our garden started coming alive. Like, it's just amazing to see. All of the trees starting to pop their buds. And
our apricot tree was the first one to pop out, and that was probably maybe a month ago now, I reckon. And like, it's got apricots on it the size of large to medium marbles, which is pretty cool because it's our first tree that fruits with the peach tree.
And so beautiful to watch the kids. Like, they really love it outside in their own ways, like in different ways, in their own ways. They really love it, and being able to watch them pick food from the garden that they really love is really super cool. Puppy's really been loving snow peas and getting into those, trying to grow his own because it's his fave, and yeah, it's really cool to see them taking pride in what they're doing and growing a seed.
So here we have our snow peas. They're getting quite good. We started them off in the polytunnel. They're probably about, I'd say about a ½ metre, a bit more than a ½ metre high now.
They look so good in this bed. This bed had the carrots in it. Like, this was pre-existing up near the workshop. And Grant took it all apart. We've reused all of the soil and he's reconstructed it down here, and it looks so good.
Yeah, put a bunch of compost in it, a bit of manure, and the snow peas were sort of held back for a while. Like again, we're still learning about what to plant coming in the spring. We started all these plants in our polytunnel. We planted them here and they're held back a little bit until like we started to get those warmer temperatures, and now they've just shot right up. A couple of cool things that people don't know about snow peas is you can actually like eat the tips of them. They taste like a snow pea. They're pretty tasty. You want one?
No.
So
This is our little baby corn bed. And this is all like repurposed materials that we've found from just lying around on the block. And Grant measured it and chopped it up, and yeah, so these little corn seedlings grew in the polytunnel, and I think we transplanted them maybe like 2 days ago. Grant's been teaching me kind of how to set the bed up, so we've got some newspaper. We kind of prepare the soil on the base, and then we put some newspaper down to stop all of the weeds, nasty things growing through, and then we prepare it with a really nice mixture of compost and soil. And what's the other thing, babe?
Oh, we put a little bit of manure in there.
Yeah, a little bit of manure, and it's basically like a really nice little bed. But this basically, like, we didn't have any space to plant the corns. Originally, where the snow peas are, that was going to be a corn bed, but then the snow peas were ready to plant out, so we kind of just
winged it
in there.
Yeah.
And yeah, bung this up in a few hours. Grant did, and I helped, and they look really good in here. I reckon they look really healthy, and they're pretty happy. So this will be beautiful when they grow. Like, we both really love corn and kind of the sound that it makes, and it's, I mean, beautiful to grow. So yeah, I'm really excited about corn.
Yeah, it's worked out pretty good, and we wanted to plant the corn down low because it will probably grow at least to my height.
Yeah.
And if you put it in a bed like this, it's too high.
Yeah.
We won't be able to harvest it.
And the boys really like to pick corn, like, so fun. They really, last season,
just eat it.
Yeah.
They don't even cook it.
I should try and find some original footage or like a photo of this garden area from when we first moved in, because it has completely changed. So, and it would be cool to see how much we've done and how far it's come.
We've got 3 beds here.
Yeah.
The netting's mainly there for the white cabbage butterfly because we planted broccoli and some other brassicas.
The netting's fairly new. Grant only put it up maybe a few days ago. And Grant's, what's the purpose of all the bottles again, babe?
Oh, so what was happening is, look, in the future, what we're going to do is we're going to let our chooks out, and we'll have our chooks cruise around this area. Let them in here, or we'll put them in here, you know, and we'll leave them in here during the day for a little bit, and we'll probably enclose it as well so they can actually stay in here. They'll clean up a lot of the slugs and snails, so we don't have that many. But at this point in time, we're, you know, doing a few extra things to sort of combat that, because the slugs and snails come along and try to get to our vegetables.
So snug in here.
Yeah, it's not bad. These covers are just stopping because a lot of our especially our kale, they love kale.
Oh my gosh, they annihilated the kale. They're having slug orgies.
Slugs on it. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, slug. In the meantime, we're reducing the population. We come out in the evening, we go slug and snail hunting. It's a nice time to come out in the evening for us, so we get to spend a bit of time with each other, and we can, you know, talk about whatever while we're gardening. Every night that we do it, there's less and less and less, which is really cool to see, because if there was more or same amount, I'd be like, oh, what are we doing this for?
So the really cool thing that Grant's done as well, I think in the last video we did like the beginning of the filming, but Grant has actually in all of our raised beds now set up awesome irrigation. So this is in all of the beds. He's worked really, really hard to do all of this, and it's in here as well. Basically what he's done is, I think I explained it, but Grant's extended it now. So he's dug like trench under the ground, and then it forks here and goes to each bed. And he's now also done one that goes all the way along here, and you can see that it comes up at this part of the bed and goes in here. So it's pretty awesome how he's done it. Down here, now we just have to really water the snow pea bed and the corn bed until we do those ones, but it's really awesome how he's done it, and it looks really nice too. So, but
for us, the 2 kids, it's easier just to have an automatic timer system. It's got a flush system, so you can clean it out, you know, once a month, and
super
you know,
cool.
all the over here.
It's a really cool system.
Work
smarter, not harder. That's Grant's motto.
Over here, there's just a little flush tap. So you just open this tap, and it'll flush any dirt or anything that's gotten into the line, so it doesn't block up your sprayers. And it sort of tends to sit in that area anyway, because it can't, like, it's one of the lowest points, so the dirt sort of goes to the lowest point. And it's all bore water fed from our well that goes down 30 meters.
And these beds have been amazing. Like, they have been amazing. Grant found them all on Marketplace or Gumtree.
Yeah,
and or we've got one behind us that we still have to put together that Grant actually spotted in Bunnings at a completely random aisle, wasn't even near gardening, and it was all open and unpackaged and just sitting there, and Grant was like, oh, I wonder if we can buy that. So we ended up getting it for like a really good price.
We still have to set it up, and you know, we're restricted by time. We can only do so much with 2 kids and that type of thing, so it's one thing at a time. Whenever we get time. You can see the parsley's going to seed over there, which we've harvested quite a bit.
It's a really beautiful flower.
You can get some radishes in here now.
Yay!
Like here's down here, it's green. So radishes are really easy to grow.
Yeah, and delicious. Oh, here's a massive one, babe. Check that out.
Oh yeah, it's nice. That's almost, you can probably eat that.
I was saying to Grant just the other day that like it's really interesting coming into our 2nd season in Tassie, because it totally caught me by surprise the other day. I just thought, yeah, it's spring now, awesome, like the cooler, the frosts are going to disappear and it's going to become much warmer, like consistently. And then the other morning I woke up really early to go watch the sunrise, and there was literally frost on my car. Like it was freezing, it was 1 degree. So it's all about, learning the season, and that takes time as well. So
yeah, that was pretty random, because like I said, we had
so random.
a 30-degree day here.
That's crazy.
We've got a little thermometer outside that's also doubles as a rain gauge, so we can catch our rain, we know how much we get in rainfall. And yeah, it was 30 degrees outside, and then we hit a frost, which was, you said it was 1, but actually on the thermometer it was 0.4.
Wow, yeah,
which
it was
is at
cold.
the lowest point, so it was ridiculously cold.
So like out of nowhere, and I think our garden did really well with that though, didn't it, babe?
Yeah, look, it did. And coming into this time now, they're really starting to take off, so that's my experience anyway. I'm not a qualified gardener or anything. I just, I just learn as I go. Read a lot of books and, put it to practice.
Righty, we'll go up to the chicken coop now. Oh, Hunty's coming out.
Can you shut?
I reckon the chicken coop. I reckon the chicken coop is actually one of the areas I'm most excited about. And Grant,
me too.
Yeah, and Grant too. This is something that we would have definitely been keen on getting done straight away, but like we just put our focus elsewhere, kind of seasonally and growing wise. But Grant has done heaps of work. For the first time, I really feel like chickens are super close.
Look, we've got a little gate here, and I sort of shaved all this soil, and I'm dropping it down so it's just a nice entrance into this area. This here was all like a wire, like just a fencing wire that was set back in here. So I put up these pine panels, and then I put this sheet over because the roof was a little bit back. This wall was out more, so I had to enclose this. And then I put all these panels in and sort of, just bent this over and got rid of all the sharp edges so nobody is cut or hurt if they touch it. I've done the same thing on that end as well. Yeah, on that side of the chicken coop, put corrugated iron, put it down about 200 mil into the ground, and then sealed off the whole bottom section, because it's a wooden pallet chicken coop. It's all up off the ground. So I still got to go and enclose this part.
Mum, you have to come in here.
You show me.
Come in.
You go in.
No, come in.
So I'm going to put I'm thinking about a window that I made from TAFE in here, and then enclose it in. It would just be letting some light in the morning, because otherwise it'll get quite dark in here. Yeah, come have a look inside.
It's so beautiful.
So we've redone the whole floor. We'll probably lay something on the floor so it's easy to clean. That core flute stuff, it's like a plastic sheeting, maybe that. I don't know, we haven't quite worked it out yet. And then we're going to build a wall here. Yeah. We're going to build all this in, and we thought about putting like, maybe not insulation, but something in here to sort of
make it snug,
make it warmer.
Yeah, we want the girls to be anyway. We want the girls to be snug.
Yeah, but we'll enclose this off, but down here we're going to have nesting boxes so the chickens can sort of jump up here and then go into the nesting boxes, which will be hanging outside, and you can just come in the pathway, open them up and get the chicken eggs out, and it'll be the boys' job eventually. Yeah, they'll just come out here, get chicken eggs, bring them back to the kitchen. So that's what we're trying to achieve.
It's really cool. It's super close to being finished, which is really exciting. Yeah. Grant and I mean, we're still thinking, we're not quite sure, but here, hello Luna, is where we might potentially put like a gate one day so they can then go and like roam in the field. So yeah, that's down the track anyway. So.
And then this is our peach tree. Got 45 kilos off this peach tree last year.
Hello baby peaches.
So you can see the peaches are here. And we built this around the peach tree because down there was the original soil level. We put all this soil in here from the pathways because it was all real bumpy. None of it was flat. And then we used all the rocks that we found around the farm.
The polytunnels are over there, and then the workshop. And then, yeah, so like Grant was saying, this all was really like ditchy. It was a bit tumultuous in here. So Grant's done lots and lots of work. All of the soil, we were really lucky, came from all of the construction work that we had for pathways being put in. So we had a lot of soil, and Grant just asked them to dump it in here, and now it's awesome and pretty much level, which is really, really nice. Let's go to the orchard.
Welcome to the fruit orchard.
This fruit orchard is epic. Hey babe.
So this is a Sichuan plum, I think that's how you say it.
Hang on, where are we? There we are.
So if you look under here, you can see all the plums coming out. So last season, the boys just sat under the tree eating plums. It was so cool, and we made jam out of this, and we're almost about to run out of jam.
It is so good.
So next year we'll have to make an extra batch so we can get through all of like into spring until end of summer.
I just can't get over how beautiful flowers are, like the flowers of the fruit. Like the garden is so beautiful, and you think, wow, it's so beautiful in here, and then fruit comes as well. It's just like, oh my gosh, this is amazing.
So this is our apricot tree. It was about 3.5 meters higher.
Yeah.
We pruned it right down, and now it's just covered in apricots. We mulched it like we have all the trees in here, and there's heaps of apricots in here. Like look at this one over here. There's one hiding down here. There's another one over here. They're just everywhere. This is the first time we'll get a glut, hopefully a glut of fruit. And the quince tree is set fruit. All the apple trees are starting to come out now.
So, babe, behind us,
Yeah.
on that side, what do we have? We've got apples.
5 apple trees. They're all apples
5
on
apples.
that side.
And then on this side,
2 pears.
Yeah.
And then the other 3 apples.
which we learnt last year. We didn't think our pears went that well, and then a few people have said to us now, pick them and let them ripen on the shelf, like off the tree. So we're going to try that this year and see how they go. We've done loads of work laying down all of this, like the beautiful, how it looks all really nice with
All of this, you mean the compost?
with the all of the compost. We worked really hard to put layer of newspaper under there and compost, and given them lots of love, which I think they've really appreciated. It looks super healthy in here. Grant has done a fair bit of work over here as well. So where Grant is, usually with high rainfall, this kind of all fills up, and it's a bit of a natural pond, I guess, and then it obviously raises behind Grant. So what we're kind of thinking that we might we'd really like some ducks in this area.
Yeah, it was
They're really lovely companion animals to have, and in an orchard especially. So on top here we might try and make like a little duck house and have them in here for a little bit.
Yeah, I think we'll put a finer mesh on the fence maybe all the way around the fruit orchard. And then over here it's a little bit flatter. So I was thinking about building a bridge from there to here.
Oh, that would be so cute.
And then we're going to redirect. We catch a lot of water and stuff from under the ground. We're going to redirect the water down to here and create like a little
water, like a
pond, but then it has like a timber bridge or something blocking the water from flowing. And then what we'll do is we'll have something to open, and then the water will re-irrigate down our land. So
flush out kind
the
of
water once, then it goes into our pond. Then we're bringing it here to use it twice, and then it's going to, duck poo and everything, so probably every couple of days. And then we'll reuse it a third time to travel down our land, and it will fertilise it, it will increase the micro activity, and the grass is just going to go mental. So
nuts.
This is going to work out really well.
So that's probably a while off, but that's like that's one of our future
chickens first.
future plans, dreams. That's what's going to be happening, which is pretty cool because ducks are awesome. Actually, one of our friends, they have ducks, and they're super cool to watch. Like they're fun. They're just as fun as chickens.
It's a slow progression. It's not like,
Totally.
we grew up in the suburbs, and it's like you can have it done tomorrow. You just call in a few guys, pay a bunch of money, and it's done. But it doesn't work like that here because one, we're trying to do it so it doesn't cost us a lot of money, and 2, we're trying so we're trying to do it without not spending a heap of money, so we acquire materials when they're cheaper or on sale or something.
And we try to repurpose a lot as well.
We repurpose materials from tip shops or salvage.
It's a really lovely way to do things because nature doesn't work quickly anyway. Like nature is slow, so it's nice to slow down to her pace.
And it also gives us an opportunity, because it goes so slow, is to think about things, research
Yeah.
and read, talk to people,
Yeah.
and make the best decision that we think is right for us. You know, people can tell you, "Oh, do it this way, do it that way," and that's really good. But you have to listen to all the options and then work out what works best for you and your
Totally.
lifestyle and your
Yeah.
family and all that. So
It's really satisfying. Yeah.
definitely.
Alrighty, well that's really it for our garden vlog. We hope you really enjoyed it. We were really excited to share all of the new stuff that's been going on in the garden. Like, things have been really pumping, which has been awesome. And we thought we'd also just mention, if you're new here, thank you for joining us. Basically, Grant and I, we moved to Tassie about 1.5 years ago with our 2 boys who are 7 and 3. And yeah, we both grew up in really urban communities and settings, but we wanted to live a life that was more sustainable,
More connected to nature.
more connected to nature, more connected to community, and yeah, that's basically what we're doing. So it's been amazing, it's been awesome. So stay tuned for lots more videos. Definitely lots of things happening in terms of growing food, living off the land, and sustainability, and also, you know, growing up as a family on a few acres in southern Tas, which is absolutely beautiful and so magical. Thank you so much for joining us. We hope you enjoyed our gardening video, and yeah, stay tuned for lots more videos soon, okay?
Cool.
Bye!
Bye.